Across time, humans have built wonders. Towers, temples, cities. But some structures don't quite belong. They rise with impossible precision. Massive stones moved without machines. Designs etched with knowledge we shouldn't have had. Historians offer answers, but the stones stay silent. And the deeper we look, the stranger it gets. The Great Wall of China. We've all heard it at least once. It snakes across mountaintops like a dragon made of stone. Over 20,000 kilometers of walls, towers, and trenches. Built to hold back invaders, or so the story goes. But parts of this wall raise deeper questions. Some segments are so ancient, they predate Imperial China, with no clear record of who built them. Other parts use construction techniques not seen elsewhere in Chinese history. And in remote regions, local legends speak of giants or sky beings who help lift the stones. Archaeologists see strategy. Others see something stranger, a project too vast, too early, too perfect. Carved straight into volcanic rock, not built, not assembled, but hollowed out, top to bottom. The Kailasa Temple at Ellora, India, isn't just a masterpiece. It's a puzzle. An estimated 400,000 tons of rock removed. No scaffolding, no margin for error. And it's said to have been done in less than 20 years. No blueprints, no written record of how. Even today, modern engineers can't agree on how this was possible. Some say divine inspiration. Others whisper of technologies now lost, or never ours to begin with. But one thing's certain. Whoever carved Ellora wasn't thinking small. Deep in the jungles of Cambodia, a lost city rises, built with such precision, some say it mirrors the cosmos. Angkor Wat isn't just a temple. It's a celestial machine in stone, aligned to solstices, oriented to Orion. Its massive sandstone blocks were hauled from quarries over 50 kilometers away, across rivers, without wheels. Carvings stretch endlessly, entire galleries etched with scenes from ancient myths and wars. But who designed this city of gods? Why the obsession with the stars? Historians call it devotion, but to others, it feels like something or someone was guiding the hands that built it. In Turkey, 12,000 years ago, someone carved giant T-shaped pillars and arranged them in circles at the dawn of civilization. No cities, no pottery, no metal tools. Yet Göbekli Tepe rose with carvings of animals, celestial symbols, and strange human forms. Each pillar weighs up to 20 tons, moved and placed by people who hadn't yet invented the wheel. Then, mysteriously, they buried it, on purpose. Was it a temple? A star map? A warning? It rewrites human history and raises a question no one can quite answer. How did they do this? And why? Still in Turkey, but this time we go not above, but deep below. Beneath quiet villages and sun-baked soil lies Derinkuyu, an ancient underground city carved into volcanic rock. Not just tunnels, but 18 levels deep. Ventilation shafts, schools, stables, even churches. Enough room to shelter 20,000 people, hidden from view and enemies. But the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Massive stone doors that roll shut from the inside. Passages that confuse intruders. And no one really knows who built it or why. Was it for protection? Or was something far older down here, waiting? In the heart of Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, colossal stones rest beneath Roman ruins. Stones so massive, They baffle engineers to this day. Baalbek is ancient, but its foundation might be far older. 3 stones, the trilithon, each weighing over 800 tons. Perfectly placed, aligned, without mortar. Even modern cranes would struggle to lift them. The Romans built temples on top, but they didn't place the base. Who did? And why build a platform so massive just to vanish into history? Some say it was a landing site. Others call it myth. But standing before it, the question echoes louder than any answer. Everyone knows them. No one truly understands them. The Great Pyramids of Giza, built over 4,500 years ago, and still standing as if time forgot them. But how? Each block can weigh up to 80 tons, over 2 million of them, aligned almost perfectly to true north. Even the gaps between stones are razor thin. No blueprints, no records of construction, just perfection. Were they tombs, star maps, energy devices? Theories range from the plausible to the impossible. But one thing is certain, the deeper we look, the stranger it gets. It's not just the size, it's the silence left behind. On a quiet plain in southern England, a circle of stone rises like ancient sentinels frozen in time. Stonehenge, built over 4,000 years ago, but the how and why remains elusive. Some of these stones were transported from quarries nearly 200 kilometers away. No wheels, no metal tools, just sheer will or something else. Alignments with the solstice suggest a calendar, but myths speak of druids, giants, even stargates. And the deeper the excavation, the older the mystery gets. It's not just what's above the ground, it's what still lies buried beneath it. Long before the Aztecs ever found it, a vast city stood silently in the Valley of Mexico, Teotihuacan, the place where the gods were born. Its pyramids rival Egypt's in size. Its layout, aligned with cosmic precision. The pyramid of the sun, the moon, the avenue of the dead. But who built it? No one knows. Its creators vanished, leaving no writing, no names, just stones. Underground, hidden chambers and pools of liquid mercury hint at forgotten rituals. Was it a city? A temple? Or something far more symbolic? What's certain is, it wasn't just built for the living. Etched into the dry earth of southern Peru, giant shapes stretch for miles across the desert floor. The Nazca lines, geometric patterns, spirals, animals, humanoids, so massive they can only be fully seen from the sky, created over 1,500 years ago. But by whom? And for what? Some say ritual pathways. Others claim astronomical calendars. And then there are those who wonder, were they messages meant for the skies above? What tools could draw with such precision, over such scale, without ever breaking the form? They weren't just drawn. They were designed to be witnessed from a height their creators never reached. And while the Nazca lines lie flat across the desert, high above, in the Andes, another puzzle waits, carved in stone. Sacsayhuamán. A fortress? A temple? Or something older? Its massive stones, some weighing over 100 tons, fit together with such precision that not even a blade of grass can slip between them. No mortar, no gaps, no mistakes. And yet, the shapes are oddly irregular. Curves, bends, interlocks. It's as if the stones were softened and molded, not carved. Who built this and how remains a mystery. The Incas inherited it, but even they spoke of gods and giants who came before. From the stone walls of Sacsayhuamán to the windswept highlands of Bolivia, we arrive at Puma Punku, one of the most perplexing ancient ruins ever discovered. Here, giant blocks of andesite lie scattered, cut with surgical precision, perfect 90-degree angles, machine-like grooves, interlocking shapes that resemble modern engineering. But these stones weigh dozens of tons, and they were carved over 1,000 years ago, or possibly far earlier. No written records, no known tools that could have done this. Some call it the work of an advanced pre-Incan civilization. Others say it defies explanation. Because at Puma Punku, it's not just what was built, it's how impossibly it was done. Not far from Puma Punku lies its mysterious counterpart, Tiahuanaco, once believed to be the capital of a mighty empire. Today, its quiet ruins whisper of something older and stranger. The Gate of the Sun, carved from a single megalith, stands weathered yet defiant. Its engraving still undeciphered. Statues with large eyes and strange postures. Walls built with engineering far beyond their time. Some researchers suggest the site predates the Inca by thousands of years. Others wonder if it was a pilgrimage site or an observatory aligned to the stars. But one question lingers. Why here, on this remote plateau, did something so complex and advanced rise? We leave the Andes behind and sail deep into the Pacific, where a lonely speck of land hides 1,000 stairs. Easter Island, Rapa Nui, home to the Moai, silent giants carved from volcanic rock, staring inland as if guarding ancient secrets. There are nearly 900 of them. Some weigh over 80 tons. No wheels, no cranes, just people, somehow moving these monoliths across rugged terrain. But why? Were they ancestors? Deities? Cosmic messengers? Even today, the mystery of how and why they raised still stirs debate, because sometimes the quietest places echo the loudest questions. Far from any continent, in the emerald waters of Micronesia, lie the eerie ruins of Nan Madol, a city built atop a coral reef. Nearly 100 artificial islets, stitched together with basalt columns. How did ancient builders transport these massive stones, some weighing 50 tons, across miles of ocean and mangrove? There were no cranes, no wheels, no beasts of burden, and yet, a city rose here, a royal ritual center, now silent, submerged, and slowly being reclaimed by the sea. Locals once feared to visit after dark, and even today, whispers of sorcery and lost knowledge linger among the ruins. In the middle of nowhere, Nan Madol feels like it was built by, and for, something beyond time. Across continents and oceans, these ancient marvels stand, silent, unyielding, and unexplained, built by hands we no longer know, for reasons we may never fully grasp. But maybe that's the point. Not every mystery is meant to be solved. Some are meant to be remembered.